Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Still really hot in here, but it's getting a little less, but I have my second screen back, so that's awesome, so I can actually see chat again, and of course don't have to look like over there all the time, because it's all once again here. So I have Twitch open, because of course I can get chat on Streamlabs, but that's only on the right. And of course, if I'm streaming like this, then it would be in the far corner of that screen. And if I'm streaming right now, it's right there. So it's a lot closer. So would have been awesome if it would actually had a function like that you could actually, change it around to the left. Because then it would be perfect. Because then I would just plonk Streamlabs on full screen. And then just have chat on there. And just have, my web browser closed. But ah well. Let's see if we can actually finish this game today. I think we're quite close, because as I already said yesterday, most of the time the second phases are not that incredibly long. But we'll see, because in the end this is still DLC, so it might actually be, spread out a lot. So, yeah. So my face is probably still going to be really red, because of course if it's hot then I do not start sweating first. First I get red. And then I start glowing, and in the end start sweating. So, but, and then after that, I am actually gonna do a modded Stardew Valley. If we still have a lot of time left. It depends. But of course, I did not mod it heavily, so it's not really, these big things. The only thing I have in there is a couple mods to make it easier to find people in there. In the world, to know exactly where they are at that point, instead of having to go to the wiki every single time to look up where they might be, just to go search for them. I have a mod that you can see on the calendar, I think, or on their name things, and the relations with them, to see what kind of items they like. So in the end, again, I do not have to go to the wiki. And for the sake of getting one achievement especially, and to get back quickly to the Twitch, the playthrough I had on Twitch, I have had or at least sort of a cheat engine, because you get to do certain stuff. Of course, in that cheat engine, I cannot get every single item in the entire game, so do not worry about that. Pretty much the only thing I've used a lot is just the money thing of it. The money part, but that's pretty much all. Especially because I wanted to get the Joja achievement, but I did not want to actually take all the time to gather all the money, because in the end it's an achievement that I don't really find important, because in the end it's Joja, they're demons, so I'm not gonna bother with them. So that's why I just highly speeded up that process by getting the achievement, by getting a lot of money. Of course, was a separate world. It's not the world that, if we have time, that we're going into. But I created a separate world really quickly, then just really quickly got a lot of money, and then just went to Joja, bought all the stuff. I didn't even farm or anything. I didn't even talk to any people. I just did that, Just created the Joja storehouse and saw, alright, I got the achievement, and deleted the world. Because, again, But yeah, so now it might seem a little weird, because I am really far in early year 2. I'm really far with the farm. But that's mainly because I did some cheating. But just because I was like, I do want to still keep a world, that I have a lot of stuff in. And sadly I had that world, but when I got an SSD, of course certain stuff had to reinstall everything. But of course, I had to reinstall Windows onto the SSD and all that stuff. And sadly, when moving the save file to a separate disk, save disk, it got corrupted. So sadly, the world was not playable anymore, and I had to get rid of it. But of course, oh boy, I had quite a lot of hours in that one. So what I just did, I pretty much have created sort of the exact same world, Only with, of course, things a little different. Instead of the bat cave, I have the mushroom cave and all that stuff. But that's about it. So I didn't really, get a lot of items or get all the items or got a 100% completion world. Pretty much what I just did. I got back to, I just created the world that I had, and that's about it. So, but if we have time, of course, I am gonna launch up the modded version again, because again, come on.
Mods. Hell yeah. You're freaking great, bro.
So, yeah, without further ado, but first off, let's actually clear this one, alright? Because we only have 3 hours, and believe me, 3 hours flies by fast with this game. So, let's go! You're right, so... Mouse? There you are. What's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What's going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this? In the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out, or try it, at least. Alright, let's do it! Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Meneer Wright. Huh? Would you mind coming with me? I'll prove to these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits! Nice. Science! You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Of course it was our victim who was killed at the department. And my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene. Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. It's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whatever there was blood stains or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my scientific at your own peril, Meneer Wright. Huh? What's the grin of it? The situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Meneer Wright. Just give me the try. Me? What do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with the stuff, not drinking it. Yeah, you probably shouldn't drink it. That is probably highly dangerous. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. These glasses? Huh? Yeah, and an extra pair of those things. Oh god. To test for blood reaction, just spray the luminoid on it. Like this, see? Touch the screen to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Okay. Aha! Blood stains found. Would you look at that? You can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So is this a blood stain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Yeah, boy. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about it, scientifically? Blood stain's location, the amount of blood. The amount of blood, of course. Perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a lot more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. Strange. Even they fought here there. Hey, TikTokia! Welcome to the stream. Welcome. It's been a long time. Long time. But how are you doing? And everybody else, of course, as well. How are y'all doing today? Glad to have you all here. They fought here. There have to be more bloodstains than this. Hey, Meneer Wright. See how I'm marking up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain? Yes. See? Ah, don't worry, don't worry. I'm already happy that you took the time of actually dropping a host. So I really, really appreciate it. And have a nice dinner. Hope it's gonna be tasty. Nice. See, pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, it's very useful information to have. I saved up my allowance to buy this. Nice. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. And will drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? This luminoid stuff is going to come in handy. Ha! Oh no. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star? You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. Oh, that looks tasty. Is they old deli boxes on the house? Sorry, it's just that kind of lead doesn't really get my mouth watering. Especially because it's from her. She's not to be trusted. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from the security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on a witness stand. It's unforgivable. Uh-oh. You made her mad. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if that place has witnessed this event from was different, still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and the testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor, as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. I know the photograph has something important to tell us. What? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. And no matter how hard the criminal, when they faced me, they caught it up. Coughed it up. They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Moving on, before we make her actually mad again. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go, fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. Wait, she doesn't mean... No, not DL6. SL9. The one who is on this. Booyah! SL9. Well. This is more to do than we think, huh? It's all coming together now. Of course, we've already read this, so... we already know. Alright. Let's see. Anything else? Alright, so now we see that there's actually a little blood stain there. Alright. Good to know. Anything else? We also see some blue stuff here, for some reason. Of course, not now, but... well, it's sort of still there, but it's darker. Or at least grayed out. Hard to see, but you could actually see it a little tiny bit. Yeah, what else is really to say other than just this, right? Can we do it again? You know, maybe there's some other blood somewhere? Well, we could probably only present this stuff, but... Take a look at this. You... Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks, you didn't even look at it. In other words, it doesn't work. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get the right flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaf with steam before brewing. I knew it! So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite. Why are we talking about tea? The only thing I'm smelling is a waste of time. Yeah, boy. Oh, we can check this. Alright. Why would we check this? Alright. Why would we check that? Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else here, because we already talked to her. So we got that done. We've already investigated from yesterday. Maybe the barrel? Check out the barrel, maybe? So this is their famous oil drum. Well, no time like the present. I'll try to kick it over myself. Yeah! That's okay, don't cry. Atlanta Sky must be a powerful woman. Alright then. Yeah, let's move. Let's go to our other areas. Detention center, maybe? If she's here, that is. Nope. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to enter that? Wait a second. The chief said they caught the criminal at the police department. Let's come back later. Yeah, boy. To the police department. Maybe Gumshoe's there. Our boy Gumshoe. Whoa, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of the detective in the apartment after all. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, I want to check out the crime scene right here. Yeah, she sounded dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Cool! Alright! So far as the police, right? See if we can do something here. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. Detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. Suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed in their own department. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got it at the front desk. Here it is! You're like a kid at the amusement park. Oh, real crime scene. Let's go take a look. So, can we? Can we actually take a look now? Security guard office, criminal affairs step, security guard office? Oh no. It's his office. Oh boy. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. It sure seems that way. Oh! What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. Hard to think straight. What are you doing with those cacti? If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is if this is a guard station. Where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who this guard is really. Yeah. Ain't it obvious? It's Sir, I'm from Texas. Totally no stereotype or something. It's... No, boy. Suppose let's examine. Well, there is quite a lot to examine, but still. Look on the floor. lasso. Looks like I could set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. What? But the lasso missed. Sure have an active imagination. Yeah. Alright. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. Says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. Well, should we? Alright, so it says the same thing. Alright, fair enough. Yeeps, it sure is prickly. Must be the real deal. Would think just one big one would be sufficient. This cactus is a little like my sister, actually. Wait, what? Miss Sky? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with thorns pointing in every direction. Just like her. You know, you've been looking at this cactus a while now, and I don't see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Well, duh! Would be a little weird if you saw a human walking around with spikes out of every side of his body. Would be a little weird. The security guard uniform hanging there looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, leather. What was that called again? A bunchy? Bunchy? Pinchy? I know, a putchy. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho. But I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Oh well. What's up there? Alright, apparently no clues there. Fair enough, fair enough. The swing door makes this place look like some kind of saloon. But it looks it's nailed shut. You can't get it in their way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Oof. I'd say it'd be more of an yeah myself. Cool, cool. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'll be open? I think we'll need someone's permission to go in there first. Oh, I know his permission. Our boy Gumshoes? Come on, we gotta go with Gumshoe. Alright, so we're not looking at the hat? Thought we'd be looking at the hat, but no. Alright, that also counts as the evidence room. Well, then I suppose let's do some other stuff. Maybe we'll find Gumshoe somewhere. Come on, Gumshoe, where are you? You doofus. Underground parking lot, Colonel Fairstep, security guard office. Maybe he's at my place? No? Alright, what to do? Any ideas? Let's see, anything else? Detention center, underground parking lot, police depth entrance. Let's just talk. Well, where should we begin? Oh well, isn't it obvious? We should begin with that, you know, that thing. Mystery of the victim, I guess. A good one-man detective Goodman be killed in two places, simultaneously. Well, you see, we should go to the police department. The evidence room, was it? Not being very useful here, am I? No, you're being very helpful. Poor Meneer Edgeworth. He got wrecked. You are becoming a thorn in my side, Worthy. There have been rumors. After all, you were in the defendant's chair just last year. There's a business with him not reading their office report. Ah, about the killing at the police department, right? The chief of police was right about that, but I can't help but think. Someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. A lot of them probably. Because Edgeworth and the prosecutor we're trying to save from going to jail are both being set up. And it is quite obvious that they are. Because, Jesus! They get thrown into the corner and into the pits every single second they have to, or the police department has the chance. And jeez, yesterday they really went at them. That was bad. But I suppose let's move. Yeah, boy. Maybe let's check that out again. This thing. This creepy thing. Blue Badger's still running around today. Oh god, not again. Let's give the benefit of the doubt and says he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. It's creepy. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. He's probably gonna... Well, if you look at that face, it's probably about to kill something. Moving on. Look at the patrolman is saluting the other guy. Must be a detective. You idiot. What were you thinking? Where's your head? Sir, it's right here, sir. Because he wasn't saluting, he was showing the detective where his head was. They make a good pair. Nice. Alright. Moving on once again. Criminal Affairs Dept. Security Guard Office. Go to the Criminal Affairs Dept again. Still no one, right? No one to give us permission or anything? Well, alright. Maybe... Must be the head detective. Is Glaya glued to his computer screen? What? Detective killed in the evidence room? Tell no one outside the police department. No. Told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting into demotion. Woo. Alright. Back to the entrance then. Move. Affairs Dept. Security Guard Office. Don't think there's gonna be anybody here still, no. So we need somebody's permission, but somebody needs to be here to give us that permission. Underground parking lot, maybe? I don't think you can give us permission, right? No. Darn it. And nobody else is here. Alright. Maybe at the detention center? Nope. Alright. Where else could somebody be? Criminal Affairs Dept. Underground parking lot. Criminal Affairs Dept. But then we have to go outside of that. Into the other one. There you go. Maybe I need to investigate a little more in the security guard room. Do a little more examining. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. Maybe we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. But why are we doing that? You know? Would be kind of good, handy to actually check on it. Yep, that's still the same thing. Alright. There's room beyond that door. Let's just walk in. Won't open. Yes. We've already heard that one before. Anything else? What else is still to check? Because again, we have this. Oh, there we go. Alright. Nothing there. Hey. Well, hello there. What's this? Whoa, we got a reaction. There's clearly blood around the thorns here. This room's pretty messy. Someone must have tripped over something. And planted their head right in these thorns. Oh, jeez. I think that might be more painful than being murdered. His head right in there. Oh, God. That's not good. Check if there's anything else. Just in case. Don't think there is. Nope. Alright. nothing else. Then I suppose let's move again. Let's go to the entrance and let's spray again as well. Let's do some more spraying. First of all, of course, of him. Creepy guy. Nope, nothing. Alright, so there's not actually blood on there. Still looks a little strange though. That there's some kind of handprint on his face. But well, let's move again. Criminal Affairs. Let's check it over here, because again, this was the area where somebody got murdered, so... Oh, no move, no move. There you go. Court records. You never know. Might always be a chance. Just to be sure. Alright, nothing. Good. Let's move it again. Detention center. Well, of course there won't be any blood there. Would be a little weird if there would be, but... Alright, you never know. Of course we're not going to check, but... Because I think it's quite obvious that there would not be any blood there. I have a slight feeling if we will use it in Wright and Co. law offices, there would be blood. Because, of course, a murder happened there at the very beginning of the game. So, oh boy. Underground parking lot, let's go back there. And just start spraying. You never know. Oh, aha, there's blood apparently on the phone. Alright, well that could be reasonable, because of course the prosecutor did actually hurt her hand. Plus me from when Lana... No, sis isn't the murderer. But she will, but she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime. And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, whose side are you on? It has nothing to do with taking sides. So, this means that Lana hand had blood on it. It just keeps getting worse. Ah well, ah well. Let's see if there's still anything else. And then we've already seen. There's nothing else there. Let's quickly go over here again. Because this is the crime scene after all. No, alright. Nothing else to talk about again. We have checked most of the places. Also with the spray now. Let's actually check if that will actually bring out a reference to the last murder. Would it? Ah, it doesn't. Come on, man. Lame. Lame. Well, alright. Stuff's pretty expensive. You don't say. How much does it cost? Say about 10 per gram. Save up my allowance to buy it. Your allowance? Did your sister give you that? Yes, we don't have parents. Right. Sometimes she even gives me a bottle instead of my allowance. A bottle of luminol? Destiny fluid? Man, I'll just take allowance myself. Yeah. Huh. It's only be really used for testing up blood, and this is pretty much the first time you see blood. When have you used it before? On what, you might ask? Never mind. We're moving again. 10% this time? Probably still nothing. Nope. Thought so. Let's just check it out. Now we're here anyway. You never know, right? Maybe on his head. No, oh, that would be weird if it was true though, but just an entire spray of blood on his head. Huh. What have you been doing, sir? What have you been up to? Criminal Affairs Depth. Let's go there again. For some reason we have to go in here first and then to the police department entrance. A little weird, but alright. Ground parking lot, criminal affairs, step security guard. Office. Do we... We only can talk to one single person though. So then I suppose let's just do, you know, the thing that I normally do and just show her everything that I have in my inventory. I don't know, because there's not much else here to do. So I suppose let's go! Show her everything that we have. Looks like a petrified piece of provolone. Huh? It's not. It's my authority badge. I think a petrified piece of provolone would fetch more on the open market. Look, my badge isn't up for sale. Not yet, at least. Nice. Had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cover queen, right? You found his ID card when here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same idea as the man who was killed at the police department. It's impossible. I wish I could be so sure.
Oh well.
Alright, she doesn't care about this. Body with Edward's knife stuck in it was found in Edward's car. I think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, then Edward would have been the suspect. I wondered. Probably. Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? I don't know. I don't really murder, so I'm not really a professional in that subject. Could you take a look at this? Alright. She doesn't care about that. Moving on. Just want to get to the trial again. The investigating, of course, it is what we need to do, but trials are so much cooler. So much cooler. So I just want to get to that point. Let's go! Hurry it up!
Come on.
What do you think about this? CL9 incident on that knife. And on that note. Hey, it's Marshmallow. How are you, man? Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today, man? How are you? And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective in that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. Was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. Oh, how interesting. Pretty good, just got out of school. Nice, nice. I've already been done with work for a couple hours, but nice, nice. SL9 isn't over, not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Ah, there we go, we got more information, finally. So when I grabbed the chief prosecutor on the shoulder, she dropped that phone on the pavement. That's when you heard her talking about the muffler, right? Little did I know, it was a trap. The red car's muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler. What was Miss Sky really trying to say, I wonder? Alright, she doesn't interest in that. Moving on. They're just talking about tea for some reason. If you think about it, I could have taken this picture from the guard room, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime and climbed the chain link fence in effort to stop the murder. So when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? You know, in the incident. Alright, she doesn't care about her special evidence that she thought was gonna be groundbreaking. Alright, a little strange. What do you think about this? Alright, so they're pretty much saying the same thing. Fair enough. And we've already shown the spray, so... Alright, back to talking. SL9 incident, let's go. That's when I learned the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I've ever handled. The police and the prosecutor were desperate for deceiving evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the crime got what was coming to him, or the criminal. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find deceiving evidence, not even a little. What? But the criminal was executed, right? Evidence of a sort, made-up evidence. What? You mean they execute someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person, you know well. Wait, could it be... Yeah, boy. Exactly, Officer Jake Marshall. He's on security detail in the police department, is he? Well then. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over. He was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. We haven't forgotten SL9. There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait! Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. Come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? So when the detectives on the case have disappeared, we find new evidence. Of course. Because the entire police department is probably corrupted. Corrupted as all balls. But well. There has to be a connection. So, rookie. What? Seems like you're serious about investigating the case. Yes. That looks good. Then you should take this. Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Ah, I know who it is. Our boy the Marshal. Miss Star? Officer Marshall, are you his... going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister, the cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would have been when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation, cooperating. We're putting the past to rest, as it were nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Alright, I suppose let's move again then. High Prosecutor's Office. Alright, so I suppose we can go there as well. Yeah, let's go. February 23, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Well, this place is certainly tidy today. And it will be tidy tomorrow too. Incidentally, he's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigation, yeah. Hope that's what he's doing. Guess we'll have to come back. Never mind that though. First. No. First, let's spray the place. Let's see if there's any blood around. You never know. You never know. Might be some blood somewhere. Alright, it's clean. It's safe here. Let's move! Yes. Oh, now we can go to the entrance. Took us long enough. February 23, police department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy as always. Please. Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please. Oh, Jew. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm busy, man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. Your criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing at the police department evidence room, pal? Yes. On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, that was a suspect. Just arrested, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to this station in ages. Everything's stubby-sturvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen up, pal. All I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking is going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. But what about the food, though? We ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigating us off to a running start. Alright, so we're not giving away the lunch just yet. We're going to... well, to a place, first of all. There you go. Because apparently from there we cannot go to the detention center. A little strange, but there we go. Let's see who it is. Still, I do feel better about things a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah. Guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. Alright. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I say I was the perpetrator against, sir. That's what I'd say. Really? Really? They say that he stabbed Goodman. Look at that guy. He can hardly probably even hurt a fly. Jesus. Alright then. Oh, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but Meneer Dwiff, anywhere on the premises. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. Got your report, sir. Officer Meekings. You're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. Not, sir. A little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How would I say this? Wait. He isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekings. You didn't, did you? Perpetrating Officer Meekings reporting, sir. What? Now, this is an unexpected turn of events. Well, hello there. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir! Ah, can hear you fine, Officer Meekings. Some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard office in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir. This evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Oh, really? You didn't know? You know, the office littered with stuff from America, the Wild West. You know? You didn't know it was Marshall there? And sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. Suspicious person, sir. Suspicious person! Oh, gee, what are you doing? What the heck is this guy doing? Yeah! So, what happened then? That, sir, everything went white. Saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in a detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask? What happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one, to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between the cases and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first. Tell us how you hurt your hand. Yeah. But of course we're gonna go down the list, so. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a prosecutor or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Or Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'll say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him. Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. Alright. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Well, and your hand. That happened when Detective Goodman was stabbed? Well, you see, sir. Don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed the knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. Some story. Yeah. Huh. Let's present him certain stuff. Let's see if we can actually get a little word out of him. Because it's meant for someone. Received from Miss Starr. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. So it is actually for him then. Alright then. Presented. Speaking, have a look at this. Good, sir. Laugh. Laugh at me, sir. Huh? I know what you want to say. You're going to tell me how you, has one just like it? Me? Why would I? I know, sir. I know. I'm the only one without a girl with matching badges. Nowhere I'm alone. All alone? Is that so wrong? Life isn't all about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir. Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. And plus the age would be a little disturbing. Because she's only 16. So, boy? Hey! That's it, sir. That's it. That's it. That's what? My head was a blank until the very moment. But, sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'll better pry into this one little deeper. Alright, let's continue. I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask me the expert, sir. He's passing the buck near, right? It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Yeah. Alright, same thing. Scarab knife, sir. It's okay. Just want you to take a look. That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's one. That was an apple, sir. In my dream, sir. I was being peeled. Alright then, moving on. Click. Go. We don't go in that stuff, no. Alright. Same thing, nothing new. Nothing new. Just get the most information out of him as possible. Still a little strange why he's being said that he murdered someone. Well, he had to deliver the reports to Edgeworth, and Edgeworth is also being framed. Something is going on here. Yes. Alright. The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. This means I'm free, man. Innocent. This is a dream, sir. And I hope I'll never wake up. This is a dream. You'll better wake up right now. Yeah. Alright, we're going back to this. To him not knowing anything. Ah! Scared of knives. Alright, we're going to the weird dream again. Oh god. Nah, I don't think we'll have anything to do with these two. Alright. Let's talk more, shall we? Crime details. Okay, tell me what it is you do, remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. Jeez, he's skinny. I didn't know Mynheer Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID. That sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I wasn't flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and lipped at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto the others before they do outdo you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. Reason for arrest. So, Officer Meekings, why was it that you were arrested? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekings didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim who he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if the body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. It told me that I had to be him, sir. And the day at the time, David Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? Another security camera. The crime, my crime. The crime I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on the tape. And you wait until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we'll better go check out the crime scene. Let's go. Move it. Put no first steps. Alright, so now we're supposed to go in here first. Oh. Apparently we have an event coming up. Hey, Mynheer Wright. Look who's standing at the head detective's desk. It's Chief Gant. Oh, no. Are you sure this is all? You know what it means if there's anything missing? Sir, sure, it's most likely totally perfect. We checked the drawers, the lockers, the garbage cans, the coat pockets, the pillowcases behind the computer monitors, a coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The head detective looks a little flustered. Ha ha! Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mynheer Wright? I don't trust him one bit. That smile ain't fooling me, man. That smile ain't fooling me. He's probably the answer to it all. Is Egbert going to be okay? Oh, Worthy. Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an questioning. Yep, well, we've had no end of trouble with that boys since last year. You mean the incident on Guard Lake? Doesn't look good having one of our top people sitting in the defendant's seat. Now you got someone else found guilty in that case, righto. Von Karma. Alleged was undefeated in his 40-year career, but in court you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, didn't do anything wrong. Did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they'll just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. I mean, it happened at exactly the same time. We're at the prosecutor office. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Kuma was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what I'd say. What evidence is this? No, righto. I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this is a particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate, most of all, is hiding stuff secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the head detective's trap shut. He was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the head detective to do. See if we can kind of straightly ask him. I still don't trust him one bit. Do we have to show stuff to him though? No, I don't think there's much to show. I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Alright. So we have to do other stuff with him. Alright then, I suppose let's move on. Move it! Blizzard entrance. That's the weird thing that I find. We have to go into a building. So then again, after that we have to go out of the building to go back in the building. They didn't really think about that one, didn't they? So, you here yet? Nope. Alright. Suppose let's examine it again. Because they were talking about the screen in the video, so maybe we can actually get the video now. Nope, nothing new. Alright then. Then there's nothing new here. Let's move it! Underground parking lot, criminal affairs depth. Yes. Let's examine then. Sorry, let's see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over here, it's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. Lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on this is February 21. Make a note of that just in case. Yeah, probably for the best. Because it's 21. Should probably get a quick look around the crime scene. In other words, the evidence room, right? Right. Maybe now he's here? No. Huh? But this is a crime scene, though. Or do I have to go back to the old crime scene? Suppose let's go to the old crime scene, then. Because it's the only crime scene we are allowed to go to, so... Alright, you just care about this? Well... Moving on. Examine the body or area at the body once more. Just in case. Yes, this is exactly where we found the note. 221, SL9, the SL9 incident. Case that was due for transferal the day of the murder. And the detective in charge of the case was the victim. Wonder what kind of case this SL9 incident thing was. It's kind of hard to guess, just knowing the case number. Yeah, boy. Maybe I have to go to the head prosecutor's room now? Maybe our boy Edge is back? Probably not. Nope. Knew it. Huh. They like you to run around a lot. Jeez. Move again. Prosecutor's office, police depth entrance. Underground parking lot, criminal affairs depths. Yes. Suppose let's go back here then. So the detective desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. Guess the detective doesn't spend a lot of time at their desks. No, they're probably more out into the field. Probably gonna say the same thing. Yes. You over there. Talk to me, sir. Must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know. Killer used the cigarette tape. What a crafty trick. The gunshot was a fake. It is good. No one will expect a cigarette tape in a day and age. Or a cassette tape. He's not writing a report, he's writing a novel. Ah well. So this is the police mascot, is it? Blue Badger, future star of the police force. Design's a little change from the one outside. Ah, well, the dancing Blue Badger is still under development, you see. Have it trademarked? Absolutely. Cutting edge stuff, very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. I'm sure the moving mock-up outside then you'll give her nightmares. Yeah. Jeez. Alright, so can we actually look at his desk specifically, or is it just, you know... Alright. Can we get permission? Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Rido asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. It's gonna be like this, eh? It's gonna be 10 years before he actually answers. Now, Rido. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Well, please do. I look like a selfish man. Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, I can I borrow 50? I'll give them 50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for a guest, so I don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just ran along, and do your best now, later, folks. Alright. Guys, not to be trusted. Hey, looks pretty cool on my label, doesn't it? Just think a real ID. You may seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we gotta get into the invest room now, sir. I think this place has had an influence on that girl. Alright, let's move. Finally. And now we have to go outside of the building to go back inside the building to go to another room. Alright, let's move. Never mind. Huh? Do we have to specially click on it? Evidence room is beyond that door. Yeah, that's where we have to go, right? Oh, there we go. And we have the ID card from Chief Grant. Let's just walk in. Won't open. Aha! Guard reader's turned off, see? What's that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what have been made by the sky so gray? Oh god, it's him again. There we go. Officer Marshall, somehow I knew. Was that somehow I knew look for? Oh, you may have surmised that there is my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! They got you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff badge in these parts. Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's waiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with, you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us, hombres. Well, I got the good stuff. This will probably get him speaking. That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. This is from my baby. Yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What's wrong? A fillet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambinda. You win. Ask anything, smack. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Sort of. While eating. Guard office. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekings at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. Keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look but I lost my fire for the job, you know. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. Nice. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on this place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli. They sneak it in next to your steak, you know? Just told a little something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. It's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books. It smells like a bad game of poker. You can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it, anyway? We've heard the names so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. Yeah, some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? Day for case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edward was talking about the transferals too. I know that what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower, my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekings mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekings and Detective Goodman, are they one of those tapes? I reckon it might be. Be the security guard, and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID. Douse the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card passed through. Well, that's an interesting ID. The one on top. Huh. Alright. Well then. So this is the ID card recorder. Hey, seen it somewhere before. Sorry, but Mima, can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whenever this is related to this case yet. Right, I saw a number on the record just now. Seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Just show the ID. Easy, right? See this? This is the victim's ID. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is... that. Officer Marshall shows the ID number on that ID card recorder. Yeah, boy, it's right there. Second to last. Look, the 4 numbers, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. There's more than only one of these cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. Wait, what did Officer Manking say? Sir entered the evidence room and asked the man to display its ID card. So he asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. Alright. GAT, Baidu? What? Not good with short versions of words. So my apologies, I do not know what that says. If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekings? Alright, Company, you win. I guess I can't give you the ID card recorder. Ah, I gotta go. Alright. Well, thanks for stopping by. I do really appreciate it. I do really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you again soon. Because of course I hope that we'll clear this game today. And tomorrow's gonna be a new playthrough. So yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Got an idea. Maybe I should show this slice to other people with ideas here. But first off, we're going into the room, right? Jeez. Literally this entire day we've just been trying to get into that room. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They kept here under the present detective supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate then if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? Guess it's sleeping forever in the underground vault at the police station. It's what we call transferal. We do it every February. See now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again, never to be reinvestigated. And it happened to SL9 2 days ago. And almost to DL6. Almost. So we were lucky there. But it's time to move. Finally. Jeez. Oh, this place sure looks interesting. February 23, evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. Investigation must be over here. Is this the evidence room? It's kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice rhyming, right? You can't scare me. Hey! Whoa! Nice. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Righto, please do look like a selfish man. Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, I can borrow 50. I'll give them 50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's content. Heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So Chief of the Police Gant. Will loan anyone 50 bucks? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day? But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're the boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. have the room floor plans. Add to the court record. But it's just one kind of hallway, right? It's not really anything big, I think. Never mind. Alright then. Alright, time to start talking. Judge for the day. So Detective Gumshoe, your boss for today? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are you underlings? They're using our findings from yesterday to investigate and prepare for the trial. In other words, Detective Gumshoe get kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. And it's my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here, too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, of course. I'm a detective, after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? Well then. I've always believed in the Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, the Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in the court today. I see. Guess it's what you call fate. And Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case. Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. We can get him to tell us more about that case. Alright. This is probably when it all started, the rumors. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using this ID card. Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm the own third card since entering the force already. It sounds like a lot. Yes, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. And that's the only locker we can open. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest models. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, bleh, you get shocked. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoky every day. In any case, the locker aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Alright then. After the locker added to the court record. Very interesting indeed. But let's use our spray, shall we? To find any blood that's around here. Aha! Found some right there. But no place else. It's a hand. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for a murder to touch this spot if he fled out the door. So this might be something significant. Hey! That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What this? It's called luminol. Testing fluid. Where you get your hands on that? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where did you get this? Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of blood there, and some blood over there. Alright. There you go. Oh, we have to click on it then. Must have been a massive amount of blood here. Never seen so much of it before. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you should have asked. But it wasn't a good opinion, though. That's the problem, really. It wasn't a good opinion. So, you know. Another hand. I knew it! Someone's right hand print. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours? Please. You have to help me. If they come to when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You do that for me, won't you, pal? It's an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Well, yeah, but that still does not mean that, they're to be trusted. Alright, let's now investigate normally again. Bonk! Look, this one's open, and there's an indicator text stuck on it. Locker is coated with Detective Goodsman fingerprints. Detective Goodsman locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contest elsewhere. Yeah, it would be kind of difficult to open it up again. If the only person that can open it up is gone. So, yeah. What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. And you're right. What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? Should use her testing fluid to check it out. We have already done so, actually. Oh, what's this? Something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. Guess it must be evidence from some case. Wonder if Detective Gumshoe put it there. There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here, they said. I bet the evidence locker was opened recently. What do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checked on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Goodsman leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Poor guy. Poor guy. So, we got an entire door car here. Cool. Whoa, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. Looks now like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. True, true. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathered dust here. So, a sorry looking fishing pole, that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of the case out of on Guard Lake, remember? Alright, but it feels like it was ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a radio locator. Sure, it will come in handy in solving some cases sooner or later. A cheap looking box. You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. Or their specs. Your sick looking specs, bro. Alright, that's just guns for blood. Fair enough. And why is there paint here? What's the saw and paint doing here? Oh, saw as well. This is the dawn of time. True art has always been a war against oppression. True art? Notice that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? What? Alright. Whoa, someone must have broken something big to make all those pieces. David Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. It's apparently from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the piece of evidence. Another piece of SL9 evidence. Wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broken. You want to try to put it back together? Ah, good luck, pal. It's no job for amateurs. But I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh, where's she gonna build? Alright, cool. Cool. Let's see what we got, though. Well, this one... See, like this? No. Alright. Probably not. Nope. Already tried this one. Yes. Oh, there you go. Just saying. We can also try some other stuff. Good. Oh. Hold up. No. The other one, please. No, it can also not be this one. Alright. Those are all the pieces we got. Alright. No. Nope. Nope. Well, this one's probably not either, obviously. There you go, moving on. Gotta be this one, but... Obviously not this, duh. Or try this one, or to try that one? Yep. Just in case, I'll try this. You never know, right? Don't really see one that looks like that, though. Maybe this one? Aha! There you go. Cool, cool. Alright, so we got a long piece. Let's see. Let's go to the start again. There you go. No. Alright. Don't think it's this piece. Don't think it's this one either, but just let's look in just in case. Oh, never mind. Nope, it isn't. Alright, well, I pranked myself. Let's check this one out. That's obviously not it. No. Maybe it is this one, but just in another thing. Let's see. No. These are darker pieces, so it doesn't really look like it would be that, though. Already tried this one. Yep. Let's see. Maybe it's this one? And again, I do not at all see any relation to these two pieces with each other, but ah well. I've already tried this combination. Yes, that didn't work. This is a top piece, I think, same as this one. So those pieces, the darker pieces, are not the ones we need. For sure. Father tried this one, and this one didn't work. Because I think the darker areas need to be on top. So that's not gonna be the one. So we need light pieces. So there's this one, or this one. Check out just all the combinations we can do. Don't think it's this one, obviously. Never mind. Alright then. It's a lot bigger than I expected it would be. Cool. Interesting. This one was already in right position. There you go. This one has to be this guy. There you go. Now we get to the top pieces. Interesting looking vase, gotta say. Meh. No, alright. Yeah, boy. No. Yeah, boy. What kind of face is that even? Jeez. Looks weird. Now we have... It's not even complete. Alright. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. It only took me 2 minutes to do. Problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? Bet they were missing to begin with. Still. This looked like a most stable kind of jar. Kind of understand how it got broken. Well, I think we all do. But there's blood on it, so... Especially... There you go, court records. Let's check it out. But now like this. Because there's blood on it! Hey, look here. It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain here. Looks like blood. Do you think Detective Gutman's blood somehow got on it when he was stabbed? Not likely. His blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. The jar was evidence in the SL9 incident. It might be when the blood got on it. Alright, let's see. Anything else? Other than a really weird vase. Nope, alright. Nice. There's a lot to check there. Great. Well then. Alright, so we have 3 stains. Very well. Status report, Bruce Gutman, ID 5, and the rest was scribbled out. Date lost, 2/21. Hey, new 2/21. Well then. We've heard that one before. Bruce Gutman, yes. We know that now. On which was it? 5/24. But what is this ID? This is the exact same. 4/20! It's the exact same time as Bruce Gutman's. Think that is gonna be our friend. You know, our pal that murdered him. That's gonna be him, alright. Let's present stuff. Maybe he knows. Don't think so, because again, it's our boy Gumshoe. So, could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Gutman who came in here at the said time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Netchworth! What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? D-card record updated in court record. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? At the exact time that Gutman came in. Edgeworth. What are you hiding, pal? Man, I was just gonna go through everything here. Yes, nothing interesting. He's just talking about that he loses his card. Or that he loses his card quite a lot. There you go. Hey, that's it. It's the King of Prosecutors award that Meneer Edgeworth got recently. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. Got an award for diligence myself. Alright, same story. Nothing interesting. Alright, same story. Nothing interesting. There you go. This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? He was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony. But there were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony. So they took the blue badge away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful! I told night and day. I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can't see why they moved it. Yeah. Oh boy. Alright. Detective Goodman's note, and then Switchblade. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of SL9 connection. That was Mayor Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left to the case. Probably. Alright. That's the photo that Miss Starr took. Anything you can tell us about it? This Miss Starr is quite the lady. Why, I remember it was winter. I was 16. She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened. 16? That's how old I am now. I wonder what happened. I wonder if Detective Gumshoes wore a trench coat in high school too. You never know. Maybe. Probably. There you go. Nothing interesting. Alright. You can't open the locker if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. No, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Yes. Very interesting indeed. Alright, there you go. We've gone through all the evidence now, so let's talk again. Because apparently we have the SL9 incident coming up again. Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent? So it was a murder. Serial killer. Serial killer. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake when Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And when this was 2 years ago? That put Meneer Edgeworth right in the spotlight. And started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence. It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So? The switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Alright. Very interesting indeed. Time to move. Anything to talk with you about? Nope. I think I know where I have to go. I think I have to go to the High Prosecutor office. I got parking lot. Oh, you're still here. Well, hello there. Really? Still not here? Jeez, you're slow. Alright then. Well, nothing to do here then. What to talk about? Nope. Alright. Present. Pretty much got everything except for the evidence that we have new, so... Very everything she worked with, but she doesn't care about it. Cool, cool. Just to make sure, so we're clear. You never know. Also gonna do that with our boy Marshall. Alright, she doesn't care about that either. Fair enough. Alright, she doesn't care about anything new. Alright, go.
Moving on, moving on.
No, we just got to the presenting. Moving on. Detention center. Don't think there's anything new here, other than him. Our new pal, our buddy. Show him this. But then again, why is your ID not there? Everybody needs to check in with their ID, right? So why is his ID not on the list, actually? It's a little weird. Little weird. Damn it, I keep clicking on the wrong button. I just want to move. Well, first step. Let's go back here. Cool. Alright. Police department. Entrance. Security guard office. Let's show him some other stuff then. Sheriff back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trust was their shooting hand. It's neither Wild nor West here. Aha, but that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so. Huh, I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Alright. Nothing interesting either. So he doesn't care either about that stuff? Alright. Don't really have anything else. If evidence room, let's just go through here once more. Because we've already talked about everything. There you go. Examine. Let's examine again, just in case. Missed anything. Some left a glove here, but only one. Dead gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out of some kind of absent-minded detective. It's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? Doesn't have a tag on it. Or does have a tag on it. Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you need me to be going to? Just that my Ashworth Injury Committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to go give him my report for the day. Might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of the flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edwards we're talking about. Sure you can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. Nice. Should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Well, first off, we're gonna check out that glove. Alright. See what's on there. Let's see the tag. SL9 11. Texas SL9 11. Guess it's another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for a word tag. It's confusing. Huh? So confusing about that. You know how many other words sound like it? Tag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag? Is that a word? You challenge me? What are we playing a word game now? Yes, we are. And everybody talks like this now, apparently. Even right. Well, then. Alright, so I suppose let's move, then. So now we're going back to the area that we just came from. Literally. So much walking around. When are we gonna get to the trial again, please? Come on, now. Time is ticking. Underground parking lot again. Move. Move it. There we go. Are we almost done, please? What are you doing here? Ah, guess. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Edgeworth, I beg you leave so long. Is Edgeworth here? Standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Ah, it's you. Guess the hotel bring him tea service? Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? Precisely. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh yes, he brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. I think the report is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Nah, bro. It's Edgeworth. He knows what he can handle. So, how did the inquiry come to go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communication error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecutor at Dorothy, however. Something happened? They gave control of the investigation off to the police department. Police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Kent. I can do nothing but wait for its results. I see. Well, I ask you, why? All along, I've done all what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Whoa, never seen him this out of sort. Well, time to present stuff. We've already presented all of this to him, so nothing new. So let's go with this. Alright then. Cool. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea? I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. When you're right, Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. What side are you on, anyway? Mouse. Jeez, I have to look at this mouse somehow. For some reason, sometimes it just stops. It just stops working and then just goes again. It freezes up a lot lately. A little weird. Because I don't even have this mouse for that long. Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. You know, like... let's see... this one? Oh, right. Better check this now. So I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Kent, no less. Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have had to be if the evidence was already filed. Chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. I'm curious about this other case. Better make a note of this. 3 freaking cases through each other? Jeez. Stubborn than always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Jeez. Check this one out then. What's on this tag? A116 or AI16. Tag says AI16. What's that got to do with anything? Nothing apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said. Makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? 3 cases. Alright. Cool. Let's present some more, shall we? Let's see, anything else to really show him, though? Alright. Let's go through everything as usual. Nothing new. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Because we already showed this. Maybe... No, I've already showed that before. But I don't think there's really anything else he really needs to care about again. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office. A lot entered the lot at 5:12 p.m. Ah. 5:12 p.m. But how? 5:12 p.m. and over this one it's 5:14 p.m. What? Alright then. A little weird, but I suppose we move again then, because there's no evidence in this room, obviously. So, oh, well, she's gone. All right. Let's move again. Nothing to talk to you about. Nope. All right, move again. Because I don't think he really has anything with the new evidence that we have. Detention center, high prosecutor office, police depot entrance. Move it! Right, co office, underground parking lot, criminal affairs depth. Still nothing, eh? Maybe he can tell us more now? Your boy? Oh, sorry, you had to see that. Alright. Nothing new. Back to the entrance. Move it. Criminal affairs, security guard office. He's also gone now. So just one more time, check this. Nothing, alright. Let's go into the evidence room again. Nothing either. Alright, so we have to do more, we have to actually do more with Edgeworth, but do we have to show him old evidence again? It's the only thing I haven't done yet. But because everybody's gone, so he's the only one we can really talk to. So, well, of course we have our little cop, but I don't think he's gonna be much help in showing stuff. So I suppose let's throw in all the evidence again. Gotta do something, right? Because there you go, we have nothing to talk about again. So I suppose it's just this again. Let's go! So let's put it on some speed, shall we? We'll only go faster. We'll only go by faster. Because geez, we already only have 1 hour left again. And we're still just investigating. I thought this would be done by now, but no. This goes way faster. Hey. This all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life, as I recall. Figured I'll be telling you about this sooner or later. A bad memory. It's talking about the murder in the elevator, right? Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Alright, we'll first go through all the things again. So we know for sure that we have everything done. I know you've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SLs. Alright. Same story. Alright, so we've gone through all the evidence. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killer case. The head of investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago, too then. He was the best we had, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Whoa, you got nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, then the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? You still working on that? Scientific investigation? Huh? Yes, of course. Just today, Mynheer Wright and I were using this. Luminoid, testing fluid. Well then. I might have used for this. Lemon powder for taking fingerprints? Been chemically threaded for better antizin. What? For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. We are the enemy, you know. No, I say in today's investigation, do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about give these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Nah. From cassette and some other stuff. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Yeah, boy. We gotta go all the way back to one place again. So much walking. Please. Let it be done. Attention Center, High Prosecutor Office. Blah, there you go. Let it just be done, please. Let's go. I just want to get the trial over with and get this playthrough ended. Of course, the playthrough has already ended, but this is DLC, and I still think we have to clear this as well. Investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Yeah, boy. Hearing this blood on the detective evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Let's go. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glaze. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. The clearest is this one probably. Of course this one, but I think that one is from the side. And we need fingerprints, of course, up front. So I think this one. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? Just touch the screen, see? Ah, looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the assets. Huh? How do I do that? You just blow with your breath. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Oh god. I don't know if that's gonna work properly though. Is that gonna work? Because again, I do have a mic, but does this mic count as the mic on the DS? Because of course, there's no other way for me to do that. So, oh geez, it might actually legitimately break the playthrough. Because of course, there's no function of, you know, there's no other way around it. Alright. Whoa, looks like fun. Might take some getting used to though. It's fine. Won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on the thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprints, Meneer, right? Because I better give it a try. There you go. Just coat it on thick. And we're coating on thick, yes. Alright, we're gonna make this entire screen white. Well, let's see if this will make or break the playthrough. Because legitimately, it might actually break the playthrough. Because of course, if I cannot, you know, blow it away, then, well, nope. There's no way to do this. Hold up, maybe my controller has some, maybe there's some buttons assigned to it that will function as it. I think I'd like to try on the one of the other fingerprints. Okay, let's move on to the different finger. No. What I need to do is I need to blow it away. So my mic is not actually being used for this then. Well then. I have a slight feeling we might not be able to actually solve this case on my playthrough. Because we do not have that function on here. There you go. Let's just do it easily. There you go. And let's do this. Shaders, cheats. Of course I can use cheats, but I'm not going to do that. Controllers, or controls. User device, yes. Let's see. Make microphone noise. Quick screen switch. User 1, make microphone noise. Thumb L3 button. L button, shoulder. X button, top. Well, it's not the top button, but you know. Alright, let's check that out. Maybe that will actually fix this. There you go. Haha! So we can continue. Great. By using the controller, I'll have the breathing function. Haha! You did it. You found one. But looks like nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. It's just the way it goes sometimes with a scientific investigation. But it does seem shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. Seems like there's a fingerprint outside the bloody handprint as well. See if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints inside the blood. Yeah, it's that one right there. Alright, let's go! I'm actually happy that I can still clear this though. Press B! Because I was actually kind of ready to be like, alright, well, we cannot clear it in this situation because I do not have that function. But luckily, we got it all done. Because there's actually, oh god. Apparently I decided to click out the game, cool. Alright, back into the game we go. Nice. And here! Would you look at that? Yay, prints are cleared, it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. It's quite a process. There's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? Guess he's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Edgeworth. And point out the person you think has left this print. Huh? Am I supposed to know how it was? Could make a pretty good guess. Bloody handprint and the fingerprints are different places, right? It means that the print probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprint would we most likely find in this evidence locker? Who? Yeah, boy. It's Gumshoes. That was easy. Probably a lot of luck there. Haha! But these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong when you write? Gave me this so what look. Guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit something you miss. Gotta roll with the punches when you write. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Yeah, boy. Right on that locker right there. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right. There's a handprint here. Okay. Want to try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. Check for prints. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only end up finding it by using chemical means. And prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints? Would you say the probability of your hepatitis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Well, this one looks pretty clear to me. Pretty clean as well. So... No? Wait, what? Oh. Ah! Well, I want to decide. Alright. Suppose I want to decide. Cool. Let's go again. There you go, and whap! My god! We got another one right there. Who would that belong to? Nope. Obviously, no comparisons. There you go, no match found. Was it his? No. Actually. No, just saying. It was close though. It went up. No, she was wearing gloves. So she couldn't be. No. Hey! Well, well, well. Would you look at that? We found a match. Hey, his fingerprints, whose are they? Who's this? Someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Sir Jake Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. It's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in this crime. Emma, this art is silently different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Lumoil reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints. And a wiped blood stain. Huh. Why would Officer Marshall? Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you call deceiving evidence. I don't believe it. Well, we're finally going into court. Took us way too long. Way too long. Jeez. February 24, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecutor is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at the other crime scene. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. Used to all-nighters, though. So how'd go? It says Mr. Wright suspected. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I stuck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind the cemetery's murder, they would seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. The sky. We discovered traces left by a certain person in the police department evidence room. They belonged to Officer Jake Marshall. You found Officer Marshall's traces? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In other words, in order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the card we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. February 24, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecutor is... I'm afraid you have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach Criminal Affairs from the prosecutor's office. The victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of nearby Edgeworth's car. Whoa, it's one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. And that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on here. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? In Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecutor calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I'm an officer, Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murder, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is... Sir, I'm what you will call part of the younger generation, sir. Person whose actions adult can't possibly comprehend. Please, Renee Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am a part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Fair enough. Crime report, sir. Nice. Although I am not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto the others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me outside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. In other words, a cross-examination. Right? Oh boy. Oh boy. So I suppose we're not clearing this game again today. Well, as I already said, the game is pretty much already cleared, but this of course is DLC. So... I know. I will decide tomorrow if I'll continue tomorrow again. Because again, of course, I think I do feel like clearing it, but in other words, it is DLC. It's not really, anything that will add to story. Personally, to, the series story. So... But we'll see. I'll just see tomorrow. Because we're not going to clear this today. Because we only have half an hour left already. Meneer Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yeeks. Oh, there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime. Which means many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. Blue Badger? Yes, sir. Another police mascot created by the head detective, sir. Moving on. Wasn't ensured it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here, around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed in here, right? Yeah. Oh, Miles Edgeworth was on 440. There it is! I found it! This one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 498-9596. That's my number, sir. Let's check it. Alright, so he's the one who came in the exact same... Hold up. The exact same time as Bruce Goodman. Alright, interesting. I see. Huh. But the number... is shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the screen time is when I went to get him after everything settled down. Oh, they're talking about his name. I see, so it was during that second time when... Yes, sir, and when I spotted the man on the security screen. Alright, some data added. So now we have located all the IDs. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? That was a knife, sir. A knife. Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with my charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. Nice. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gasp on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickle down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life, then I did it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. I see. You must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, my white coat was drenched in the sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, alright. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. It's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. Alright. Oh, we dropped some frames, I see. Because I see that we went to chat room and welcome to chat room twice for some reason. Alright, let's check. Let me just check in the videos real quickly. Trial day 2. Alright. Did it stop recording? Hold up. I should go full screen there for a second. No, it didn't. Oh, good. Just saying. It almost looked like it stopped recording there. And it was not good if that was actually through. Oh boy. There you go. Turn him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man that this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekings. With regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief? Delivered it? What's that? A videotape? Yes, sir. It's obviously right, sir. A videotape, sir. Contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. I was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. Just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of the real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Ah, nice. We cannot see his face. Great. Nah. Jeez. Wait, what? Hold up. Where the heck did he go? Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that's the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's a blue badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going to so smoothly? Yes, well, anyway. I feel a crime coming up. And I feel, something wrong with this testimony. Yes, my nose tells me so. The tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room, and some sort of, activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clear incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekings? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Mystery Man. Alright, can we actually look at the video again? I'm actually kind of interested in a couple things. Alright, so that hand was already on the thing. Still creepy. Yes, 1714. Oh, so that still counts as 1714, I see. Thing is, though, he's gone. See? He is nowhere to be found anymore. Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room to check the place. Alright. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there is no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened that locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints too. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Was this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belonged to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defendant may begin his cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Mystery Man. His face can be clearly seen in the video. True. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe it would be classified as the latter. The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not that the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'll bet my badge on it. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. But you don't know what that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That's is if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Alright. Why does everyone look at me? I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Makings. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints too. So I should once again, one more time, show this. I want to see what knife it is. Because we have 2 knives in court records. What kind of knife did he pull? That is not the knife. That's not the evidence knife. That is the knife of Meneer Edgeworth. It's this knife. Not this guy. Interesting. Man, you went to open the locker where it requires Detective Goodman's fingerprints too. About these lockers. Is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. Ben opened the locker's lock, which only respond to his registered fingerprints. Then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. The locker he opened is questionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. For the record, the opened locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprints. Alright, so at least we got through that. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir! If I may say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is. Unless the defendant can find a problem with it. Isn't it right? Let's check the record record again. There's a problem with the security video. Let's do the usual. And let's save it up. Boop. There you go. And say yes. There's a problem. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there's one thing particularly that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not be Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defendants point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. You want me to point it out? Very well, proposal accepted. Let's further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Near right. Please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out the problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Meneer Wright. Set up so you can fast forward, rewind or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching the video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Meneer Wright, please enlighten us. Where's the contradiction that indicates that man may not be Detective Goodman? Oh god, you're gonna hear the music over and over again. Oh, actually, is it continue playing? Oh no, it's paused. But is why? Huh? It's paused, but that stuff is still playing. What? All right. Yeah. 514. Bruce Goodman. Miles Edwards, Mike Meekins, and Mike Meekins again. Alright. Oh, we don't have all of them yet. The 777777, that one. At 4:20 PM. What up? Let's see. From the past case. Have written document. The date was 2/21 to be submitted to the chief. Scene of the stabbing of the detective at the video. Touch this check button for details. Tag reads LS9 incident. Extremely thin rubber glove. Each locker is unlocked using a detective's fingerprints. A light indicated open box. Indicates open boxes. Each locker is unlocked using a detective's fingerprint. A light indicates open boxes. Alright. Hold up. Let's go all the way back. All the way back. All the way back. Aha! It was already open. The thing that's strange about the video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, don't you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker works like this. When you grab... Why is the music still playing? Oh god. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If the print matches the registered data, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. So we have to go watch the entire video again? Really? Oh god, jeez. When the victim reached for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. What's up? Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Order, order. What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know. Must have broken down. Of course I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, just goes to show novices should keep their mouth shut. So damn it, right? Do you have an explanation? Is it me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed electronic system? Something. Jammed the sensor? Say... something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Wait, what? Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Right. Please point out the cause for this. It wasn't locked. Please point out the cause of why it wasn't locked. So let's pause this. How does the sensor actually work? Each locker is unlocked using a detective fingerprint. A light indicates an open box. Well, alright, cool. Tech reads LS9 instance. No. What would be the problem? Why it got blocked? Let's continue playing for now. Something fell out at least. But I don't think that was what jammed the thing. The locker wasn't locked. Nearby, please point out the cost for this. I do not really know myself, actually. Oh, we just start. Oh, we just start over. All right, then maybe him. The thing that's strange about the video would have to be this. Hold on a second. I need to use my eyes drops. Well, I don't get it. Would you mind if I borrow your eyewitness? Or eye medicine? Don't look at me with those blurry eyes. Before your eyes get too teary, perhaps you should think this through again, Very well. Let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. When you're right. Please point out the cost for this. Because maybe it was, you know, still open. The thing that's strange about the video would have to be this. No. The locker wasn't locked. When you're right, please point out the cost for this. What would be the cost why that would not be locked? Hold on a minute. Yes. This is also quite strange. Is this? I'm just gonna present it, but I do, of course, I don't think it has anything to do with here. But literally, our marshal was here when that happened. Because that was not there before. Oh, the thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. I guess I found it quite disturbing myself. Such sloppiness should not be accepted in a law enforcement agency. No, Your Honor, that's not exactly what I mean. It seems yet again you've lost sight of the problem at hand. What? In other words, the reason the locker was not locked. That is the one and only thing you must point out here, Meneer Wright. Yes. It seems I have about to walk right into that one, too. Now, I'm ready to place him under arrest, sir. Got to stay focused on the locking mechanism. Yeah. Well, this is alright. Let's go to this hell again. Oh, God, no. Bonk. What was the cause why that was still there? The locker wasn't locked, Meneer Wright. Please point out the cause for this. The cause why the thing was not locked. Oh no. Maybe it's the little thing that fell out of it. And let's point at that one. When he opens it up, the thing that falls out of it. There you go. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Like we don't have the music though, but his eyes. Oh god. Freaking me out, alright. Jeez. What's this? What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. They often fall out and roll great distances when I... Alright, moving on. We can be sure that item was in the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if someone was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Ah, I get you. Oh, I understand now. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to be blocked electrical current. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator at a crime scene. There just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, my insulator, you don't think I finally got this figured out? Think what kind of... Very well. Will the defendant please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? I think personally it was this. Because again, extremely thin rubber glove. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that is the victim's locker. It was tagged that says SL9 incident. The video seemed to be depicted the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. It's a lit lamp attached to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekings? Sir, I would appear so, sir. Order, order, order. So are we to believe that the victim who this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecutor will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekings, please testify about this. Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. This is a joke. Very well, begin your testimony. Oh boy. Mystery Man 2. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. True. An ID card record in... I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Yep. Bruce Goodman. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim. Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing doesn't strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due from transferal, where there are so few people using this room. Particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, it already does. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let's move on to the cross-examination. Mystery Man 2. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. Hold it! So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'll even give the V for victory sign, sir. Could he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out. The witness can't afford to make any more mistakes, or else he will be thrown out. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to me, to my cuffs, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. I remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck in my card, or when I get out. Well, the remaining time my ID card gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. When the ID card is used, there's a record of it. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. Oh boy. Not the prosecutor again. Maybe he's behind this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide evidence. Mommy, is that man in blue a murderer? Wait, what? Shh, don't stare at him. Got the wrong color, kids. Yeah. I am not a murderer. It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I've nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Must be so difficult for him. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe you just panicked. Everything steams from contradictions. Let's point them out. You're right. What do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. Think too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. No, there's no other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. Enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When the ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had to use this card. Right? What do we think? I'm confused. What? The problem with the ID card testimony is far too obvious, but what? I don't really see it though. It's not like Edgeworth to have missed something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's just show them what we got. Alright. Personally, I don't really know what we're talking about, but alright. Let's see, crime scene. Yes. Goodman's ID. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Yes. When the ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had to use his ID card. But how, though? If it was in the other... Wait a moment, Officer Meekings. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. Found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. I have a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report? It's only half complete. But it shows that Detective Goodman has lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card? I can't say for sure, but there is a high possible probability. The day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order. So now what does this all mean? I can only mean one thing. It doesn't require much thought. The man Officer Meekings encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order. Does the prosecutor have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defendant. Bravo, meneer Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defendant's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekings encountered it. In the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, meneer Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. The victim in this video is fake. Then the murderer in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. Huh? That is... Well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, meneer Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't good. Well. Seems you have finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, meneer Edgeworth. The defendant has already done the explaining for me. The victim in the video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. The prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. The trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Shit, you're just pointing it at her now again. Darn it. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. Well then. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekings encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. And you're right, you have to do something or else Lana... What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? We're just gonna throw objections around. One moment, Your Honor. What now, meneer Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I also walked right into your prosecutor's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. There we go, alright. However, I cannot be said that this is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, a large amount of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defendant demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Meneer Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witness will be necessary. Is this prosecutor prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecutor considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. this just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. You're right, do you mean? Your Honor, the defendants would like to request a specific witness. Oh, who do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. Prosecutor requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, and you're right. This person who you would have testify, what is his or her name? Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? You can't let him know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. Feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecutor agreed to the defendant's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need a longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well then. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecutor please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is recess. Court in recess once again. There's no stopping you, is there, Meneer Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. Seems you've figured everything out. Huh, I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Meneer Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later. Nice. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Miss Sky. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh. Alright. You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Meneer Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. SL9 incident? But Lana, that's... I thought Meneer Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh wait, now that I've brought you here stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why's your name here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, it's Airline Incident Stat. That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark? No, Lana. It's over with. No! What's going on? I am confused. Emma, wait. She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Demon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Meneer Wright. Best of luck. Better take a good look at these files. Alright. I suppose that will be that for the stream today, but Jesus, what the heck is going on? What? What? But, ladies and gentlemen, I will be leaving the stream today. As you can already see, I am closing off the game. I will see if I will actually continue the DLC, because of course it's getting quite interesting, but oh boy, oh boy. I suppose tomorrow I can finish it off. I suppose I will just see. I'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, I have to leave it off for today because we have already 40 minutes over time. And oh boy, tomorrow of course I have to get to work again, so sucks. But of course, let's see if I can clear tomorrow then. I suppose we'll give it another try. Day 3 already. Jeez. This one, but I would have kind of expected this because again, it's DLC. DLC is known to not be over that quickly. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you all have a beautiful day, evening, or night, of course, depending where you are. Thank you all so much for joining me today, even if it was just for a little second. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are all awesome. Do hope you all have a beautiful day, or night, or evening, of course, as already said. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, everyone.